Well, it says we're live. So with that, I say,
1, 2, 3, 4.
welcome to the Barrel Buddies.
I'm Zach.
And I'm DJ.
Hey, we're opposite.
We
Go left here.
are. It's a little backwards, but I think
okay.
it's projecting forwards. And we're just looking at it kind of mirrored. But welcome.
What's happening?
We are live tonight from a new location. It's Casa de Askins, right here, my home. And you might notice somebody's missing.
Where is it? Oh, wait, no. He's supposed to be over there.
Where's Jimmy?
Wait, pan over and see. No, he's not actually.
He's not here tonight. No Jimmy tonight.
Yeah, no stop.
But don't worry. He's going to join us here very soon.
Via telephone.
Hopefully via the telephone.
Yeah.
So we're pretty pumped to have him join up. But hello, Mrs. Askins. Thank you for joining up with us tonight. We're glad to have everybody here. We hope everybody is hope you all can hear us.
The microphone.
The mic says
it doesn't have an X over it.
We're not. Yeah, it says we're okay. Sorry, I'm just checking a few things.
I think we got the thumbs up.
Yeah, it looks good. I think we got the thumbs up. I think we're okay. So hello, we're live tonight. We're continuing our Four Roses vertical. And so tonight we will be doing Four Roses. Dun, 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 dun.
Ding, ding.
Small batch.
Small batch.
But if you read the title of this episode, then you knew that already. So great job. Zach, what's going on, man?
Not much. Just getting ready for the Four Roses. Waiting for James to finally jump on. Apparently, he's been distracted with other things.
Yeah,
wherever he is
traveling this week. He's in good old Bostonia. So those of you that are in Boston, hit us up. Maybe he wants to grab a cocktail or two. Maybe he wants to see you, or maybe you know a honey hole that is good for the Barrel Buddies. If you do, reach out. Leave us a little comment. Send us a little note.
I was going to say Trillium is a very good honey hole for pretty much everything.
For all things.
All things.
The beers.
Barrel-aged and non. But an amazing brewery.
Yeah, fact.
Mm-hmm.
He's working. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mrs. Askins says he's working.
Yeah.
So we're pretty pumped. Zach, I wanted to get into the last couple of shows. For those of you that have missed them, you may want to go back because we got into regular Four Roses. And we also got into Four Roses single barrel. So tonight we're kind of taking a step back and going into the small batch. What did you think of regular Four Roses and what did you think of single barrel?
So I didn't get a chance to try the regular Four Roses.
Oh, it's a tragedy.
Yeah. So apparently that was more palatable than the single barrel select. Is that correct?
Just regular single barrel.
Regular single barrel. Regular single barrel was a little hard to drink for me. Seemed like there was a lot of ethanol, not a whole lot of like robustness to it. It was just like a bam, I'm Four Roses. Drink me. That's it. Yeah. I didn't care for it.
Not a big fan of it. Okay. Fair.
We're trying though.
I wasn't a big fan of either. I didn't care for regular Four Roses, and I'm not a big fan of the single barrel. I thought I would be, but I wasn't a big fan of either. So I'm pretty excited to get into small batch tonight. Pretty bottle. It actually looks a lot better. It looks a little more high end than I think the single barrel looks personally. Let's pour and get right into it.
See, the problem, like I was just thinking about it. So when it comes to blends versus the single barrel, right? The blend, it's kind of standard, right? So when the master distiller, right, is doing his blending or her blending together, they're going for a specific taste, specific mouthfeel, and they kind of want the same product as they had before, right? So with single barrel, that whiskey is going to take on the characteristics of that single barrel, right? So
Just that one.
one may be oakier, one may be sweeter, one may be, it may go the other way. Who knows? So like the flavors from that barrel will go directly into that whiskey, and it could be good, could be bad. I don't know. For me, I didn't care for it, but
Well, let's take a look here at this small batch. So coming in at 45%, 90 proof. It says here handcrafted, distilled and aged by Four Roses Distillery in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. So not a lot going on in this barrel. Like I said, I think that bottle. I think that bottle looks a lot better than even the other. Oh, look who's decided to join us.
look at that.
It's Jimmy Lewandowski.
I wonder how does the audio come in well on
you guys are coming in great, but that's just through this meeting, so I don't know how it's come through on YouTube. We're going to see how the viewers are doing.
Okay.
Well, nobody else is saying. So hey, hit us up in the chat there, viewers. Let us know. Jimmy, welcome to the show, man.
Yes, signing in from wonderful Boston out here on some work. The weather is perfect. I would tell you this much. I'm looking forward to the weekend and getting out there and exploring some of the surroundings. And I'm excited to explore a little bit of Four Roses tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, you brought some with you so you could be a part of the show tonight. Oh, look at you.
First of
fancy.
all, shout out to Aged in Ore. So we are not sponsored by these guys.
Well, we
But
could
this
be.
product, what they came up with, and look at this. I even wrote on there. And
Wow.
it's got a little like dram, like measuring.
How many ounces do
There
you
you
get in that?
I'd say it looks like you get about 3.
Three
I mean, I
ounces?
filled it up to the brim.
Okay, well, that's good to travel. with.
But it's like glass and silicone, and then it has this really like heavy duty lid. Super good for traveling. I mean, I've been using these for a couple months, and you get a case with like 3 of them of these little containers in it. You can take it traveling, and that marker I can just you just rub it right off, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, nice.
Very
It
cool.
comes right off, and you can just keep reusing them. So I'm pouring, gentlemen.
There
Yeah,
you go.
we've already poured ours as well, but we haven't gotten into anything else. We were just actually getting in to start talking about it. So aged a minimum of 6 to 7 years in this blend, which I think is pretty interesting. So 90 proof, 45%, aged a minimum of 6 to 7 years. The recipe makeup on this. So again, remember that they use a 10-barrel blending system, and so they've got several different barrel blending makeups that they're looking for. On this particular one, they're blending 2, 3, 7, and 8. If you want to check out exactly what those are, go check out fourrosesbourbon.com. You can really get granular into what those are. We're just here to kind of tell you about value, nose taste, and whether or not we like it. But listen, accolades for small batch. This is a highly rated, highly awarded bourbon. So if we go all the way back to 2008, we've got gold medals with the International Review of Spirits. It picks up a little bit more in 2009 for Best Bourbon Without Age. 2010, Wine Enthusiast labels it as a best buy in the 96 to 100 point category.
Whoa.
In 2012, it picks up Best American Whiskey and Bourbon, 7 years and under by World Whiskey Awards.
Hey, really quick, not to cut you off, but did you talk about the mash bill?
Yeah,
The
that's
2
what-
different mash bills and then the yeast strains that are in there?
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. I said if you want to get granular on that, go check out their
Yeah.
website. It just continues to rack up accolade after accolade after accolade. Gold medal for the 6 to 10 years in 2017 in the San Francisco World Spirits Challenge, which to me is kind of like a high-rated bar as to where you should be. Continues to come in. Jimmy, you're going to love this. In 2019, got the very good, strong recommendation with 87 points for the cocktail recommendation of Old Fashioned Ultimate Spirits Competition.
Wow. Good for an old fashioned.
So they're saying this is an old fashioned, gotta have it. And then I gotta get into the chat here. Welcome, Sly Fi, Rico, what up? And Terrace 1992, what's going
That's me.
on? Oh, that's you.
Hey, what's up,
Yeah,
Terrace
that's me in there.
1992?
Since you don't have me on video or anything, since they can't see my lovely mug.
Yeah, they can't see you, but hopefully they can hear you.
I will say this much: the quality is extreme dog poo. Just FYI.
You're coming through great. So
I
maybe-
know, but you guys, maybe you should turn off my video then, since they can't see me. Or here, I'll turn my video off,
Can you see
and then
me?
that might help. That might help your connection.
Good, yeah, because that probably is fighting a little bit. There you go.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, lower that bandwidth
There you
requirement.
go.
You stopped my video. There we go.
Yeah, I did.
That's
Right.
perfect. No, that's perfect.
Yeah, gotta take care
Yeah,
of the
you're
bandwidth.
coming through a little better now. You're coming. It's like everything helps with you guys. Like every ounce of bandwidth.
Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
a lot of bandwidth. You know,
All
that's-
that
It's
bandwidth.
one of those things you gotta.
Zach, you're like an IT nerd. Can't you like press some button on the mouse and then make the internet go faster?
There. Okay. Give it a minute.
That should work.
10 seconds. Okay. Good.
All right.
Better now. All right.
Yeah.
Go back to video. See if it worked.
Four Roses small batch. So yeah, so as BJ said, I'm gonna jump into it a little bit, right? So we talked about what age. So it's anywhere. So people say typically this has nothing younger than 6 years old, but it also has some occasional barrels that are as old as 8 years old. So you get this blend, which you pretty much get like a 6.5 year-ish average blend.
Very good. Good call.
And man, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a fan of this nose. I'm getting a lot of like barrel,
Really?
like oakiness and citrus.
That's that was my first sniff too.
Yeah.
A lot of oak, a lot of wood.
Why is BJ seeing really like that was not what he's getting?
I do get some oak. I get a lot of good spice, but I am getting some great like dried citrus peel that I find really enjoyable. I think
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a lime or it's like a lemon, lemon and orange.
yeah,
Yeah,
I like
I'm with
this.
you. Exactly.
I think lemon was a good call out. But I'm really enjoying that. Like I think that smells great. All right, I'm gonna jump in. Hey, cheers, Zachy.
Here we go.
And cheers to all of you too. Thanks for
Cheers.
joining us out there.
Yeah, cheers, friends. Everybody in the chat, let us know what they're drinking. Should see what everybody's.
More metals
what's,
and Ron Zacapa.
Yeah,
More
what are the-
medals and Ron Zacapa. Maybe. Ooh.
All right, here we go. Let's get into this.
Okay, first sip. Remember, first sip, that's your ethanol punch. That's going to be the wake up your palate kind of a feeling. Second sip, you'll start getting into the whiskey a little bit more. Third sip, you should start being able to dig deep into those whiskey flavors.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, that first sip, man, I'm having a hard
Yeah.
time.
That's
Really.
what I laughed. I laughed when I smelled it first, and I laughed when I tasted it first.
Guys, I don't know what you're losing your shorts about. I think this tastes delightful. I'm getting some really great tones of fresh tobacco, like very indicative of a nice cigar. The ethanol for being only 45% is a little strong.
I was gonna say it's a little intense because, like, what the single barrel was 100 proof.
Yes,
Right.
so 50%.
Then
And this has stepped back 5%.
yeah, and I like the 90 to 95% range when it comes to a lot of blends and whiskeys.
I don't know, Jimmy. What are you thinking on these sips? What any particular tasting notes that you're picking up?
So I just got into my second sip, and the first thing that came to mind was it's growing on me. And coming from me for something that's so oaky,
What about like
go ahead.
What about like a black tea flavor? You get kind of a tea, like you said, tobacco.
I'm getting a lot of tobacco, like
Very-
a nice fresh cigar. Not like a
So
French
Zach,
cigar.
I think you're confusing. Again, everybody's palate's different, but I think that it's easy to confuse that citrus, oak, and spice flavor, and it kind of comes across as tobacco versus black tea. I'm getting tobacco, like BJ has mentioned as well. Definitely get that spice up front.
Rice.
But it's pleasant, right? Like I would want to put this. I think it's very delicate. That's the problem.
I think so I'm going to give you another taste. I just finished my third sip. I think that there is a dark chocolate finish, like a 72% cacao, dark chocolate,
Like super dark, like
baker's chocolate, or like that really deep dark, like I said, like a 70% or higher cacao content chocolate.
something that you wouldn't want to bite into, but it still has that flavor.
Yeah, and it's good. It's rich. It's roasty. I like this Kentucky hug that's happening. Like it's pretty strong, and I think it sticks with you. I don't think that this is one of those it's there and it's flash in the pan kind of sip. I think that this is the kind of sip that's like it's there and it's hanging out.
Yeah, single barrel, it was here and then gone almost immediately. I'm liking this one better than the last one, than the
Okay.
single barrel. Yeah, I wish I would have tried the original, but so we could have a comparison between all three.
So this is interesting, Jimmy. I don't want to step on anything you got. Any thoughts there on your tasting notes?
Other than what's already been mentioned, I think I'm in agreement. I'm kind of dwelling a little bit about Zach's comment about the black tea. I kind of see that a little bit, like very faint. But again, I'm kind of going back to and I'm taking a sip as I'm talking here, so give me 5 seconds.
That's interesting.
I don't get it though.
Yeah, no, I'm like, it's almost like I'm trying to imagine it.
So
I think that's the citrus. That's the citrus and the rye spice kind of, and the oakiness. You get this like, but it's not bad, right? It's not a bad way. And you guys know me, right? Usually when I'm talking about oak, I'm complaining.
oh yeah,
And it's too much oak and
you
blah
start
blah
taking
blah.
a huge dump on it.
No oak.
But I think this is so delicate, which I like because it makes it very easy to discern it. So if I put this up against like what did we have last week, the single barrel, I would easily be able to call them out because this is a lot more delicate,
right,
than that other one.
And it doesn't blast you in the face with the ethanol. It is a little bit strong to begin with, but once you start getting into it, and then understanding what it's what it's meant to be, it's actually I like it. I kind of like this.
So check this out, Jimmy.
Hold on, really quick though. Let's talk price because I want to let everybody know that this was a $19.99 bottle.
Get out of here.
Oh wow!
Is that
I
normal?
paid $20 for this.
Really?
Yeah, but that can't be normal.
No, I don't think so. I had a coupon at a. Hold on. Let me look up retail just so I know I'm not missing the
I would
mark here.
guess 20 or 30. No. Wait.
Four Roses.
Yeah, so $29.99 at Total Wine,
Okay.
and I had some coupon action, so I was able to bring that down to $20. So,
Wow.
but yeah, so okay, $30, $30.
$750. That is a $750. Maybe that's just the online price.
They're saying that we can go pick this up at Total Wine for $39.99.
No, $29.99.
Total Wine says that Las Vegas, aisle 6 on the left, $39.99. Four Roses small batch.
I don't know why that price is inflated because that is incorrect.
That could be the online price, and maybe in store it's different. Who knows? Maybe it's one of those things where it's like, wait a minute.
What's up, Jackie Black? Welcome to our hodgepodge.
What up, Jackie Black?
Okay, so I love how you have the Barrel Buddies. You borrowed the sign in the background behind you guys. That's
Got to keep it real, man. We're keeping it real tonight. Thanks, Skipsy100. Skipsy100 just wants us to all know.
Amazon.
Skipsky.
Skipsy says, Rings of Power sucks.
Really?
I wonder if he's one of the Elon Musk bots, since it seemed like he was complaining about it too. Yeah.
That's great.
No, type back good bot. That's a good bot. Good bot.
That's funny.
Good bot.
Good bot. Jimmy, I wanted to point this out. If you go to the Four Roses website, which is actually a very good website, the tasting notes. Well, first of all, we nailed the nose from what they said. They said the nose is mellow spice, rich fruit, hints of sweet oak and caramel. Sorry, caramel.
What's the difference between caramel and caramel?
Caramel is a solid, caramel is a liquid.
Caramel you chew.
Yeah, caramel
You drink.
you drink.
Would you drink caramel?
Now, here's an interesting one, Jimmy. The palate. Mellow, ripened red berries with dried spice, well balanced and rich.
I tried to think of red berries when I read that, and I can't get it. I think it's almost
What do you
like I
think
was.
about that?
It's almost like I was imagining that. I don't
Red berries.
I don't know what red berry. You know,
I mean, I'm guessing a raspberry. Jimmy, what do you think?
could be a strawberry.
I'm still. Here's the thing.
What about
Here's.
what if it's a dingleberry? Yeah?
I've been seeing. I've been seeing.
Sorry, James. Go.
No. So it's just. I don't know. This is it's perplexing me just a wee bit.
Dude, the more that you get into this, the more I like it. I don't know. I'm enjoying this now.
I'm with Zach. I'm kind of getting into it too.
It's quite a bit different from the other Four Roses. Normally, I don't like Four Roses, or at least what I've had in the past. But I don't think we've ever actually really focused in on this before. I think I've had like a little shot of Four Roses, and I was like, don't like it. But this one, I'm enjoying.
So
Here's the thing. I think that we have had such bad experiences with single barrel offerings that I think the Four Roses name in general has kind of turned us off from that.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because I think we've just had some bottom barrel single barrel picks. And I think that if we have some good ones, that may change our opinion.
I think you're totally right.
does anybody know of some good Four Roses single barrels? Because we haven't found them yet.
Warehouse Double N didn't work out for
No,
us.
not a pick. Anybody else picking up these nice ending caramely vanilla
Yes.
notes at the end?
I was gonna say
It's
very
like a
slight.
spicy caramely ending.
Everything's very smooth too. You know, this is my second,
Your second,
but
you do like it.
no, I really do like it, and I'm surprised. I was expecting to go hot, don't like it. Woody, don't like it.
This
don't like
this is a good offering. This is a good offering. I am surprised at the price. I can't believe that this is only $40. I mean, and that's 20, James, you're saying $29.99. We're seeing a price here in Vegas at $39.99, but I'm not even mad at that
I paid $30 in Vegas is what I'm telling you.
with a coupon.
Yes.
No, 20 with a coupon. 30 to start.
My apologies. I've screwed this all up. It was 25 with the coupon.
Oh, you get the $5
And-
off because you're part of Grand Reserve.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Total Wine. Shout out to Total Wine if you're listening out there. Why don't you work on improving that Grand Rewards membership, which is probably the most useless club in existence
I was
that
gonna
I've
say-
ever joined. I'd rather go join up at the Albertsons, play the Albertsons Monopoly game to win a $5 grocery gift card than
Or-
deal with this Total Wine garbage.
Or a jet ski. Might win a jet ski too.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking of Monopoly.
That's what he's talking
I'm thinking
about.
of McDonald's Monopoly.
Oh, no, you never win that. That's rigged.
No, yeah, of course. Yeah, it's been proven.
Bullish Brown, what's up? Welcome to the show.
It's a Bullish Brown. Never had that one. Pretty good.
We've
I
not
like it.
had this one either until tonight.
I would give I'd give
Jimmy?
this a thumbs up.
Woosah one time, buddy. Woosah one time.
Who?
You.
Woosah.
Who did I see?
He said woosah.
I don't know what that
It
means.
means take a breath, man. You got real upset about that one.
Rightfully
because
so,
the-
though. Because like think about
Yeah, I mean
it.
they should know.
because-
Their program is garbage.
Because that okay to get into that club, what do you? It's like a
$2 grand,
$2,000 spend.
or maybe it's 2,500. They may have raised it. I don't know.
And then you get the opportunity to buy Blanton's once a month. Ooh.
Or the one bottle of Happy 15 that they get at your store, and you only have to fight like your whole city of Grand Reserve members to get the bottle. That's so fair, isn't it?
I bet there's a lot of I bet there's a lot of Grand Reserve members that are not spending their own money.
There is a lot of Grand
that are
Reserve,
and they're also not spending their own money there. Yeah, this is for companies. This is for events and stuff like that where the company's paying for it.
All right. Let's get to some scores.
such horse shit, guys. Like the Grand Reserve Club is just such.
James,
Um,
just FYI, I got that same $5 coupon and I'm not even part of the Grand Reserve Club.
yeah, I know, and that just shows you how much value there is in being a Grand Reserve useless member.
I think I got into the reserve. Maybe I think you have to spend what.
So here's the thing: I get if they made a membership where you spend a significant amount of money. Let's get something straight. If it's $2 grand or 2,500, that's a decent chunk of change you're spending on booze.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So you get the membership and you're like, cool. And they're like, here you guys go. You're going to get a couple more $5 a month coupons off one bottle of something, which is
Brought you a beer.
yes. And then once a quarter, maybe we'll send out a lottery for you to get a chance to win a bottle of Blanton's. Listen, you got to do something better. If you want to keep these members, like I know people that purposely now will not go to Total Wine because of how like just a ripoff is the Grand Reserve. And then you talk about each shop has their own like, how do I want to word this politically correct? Culture, we'll say, where you have some people in these stores that are very domineering over they're very passionate about their own bottles, we'll say.
Yeah.
And you have to like befriend some of the most awful human beings on the planet to even get a chance to get a bottle.
Or you have to find the desk, the special desk where the one per person bottles go.
And you got to look behind it
And,
and not get caught. Because if you get caught, then you don't get the ass.
and then if you look and it's something that you don't want, and then they jump in front of you and like stare at you and they say, "Hey, you want to buy this? You want to buy it? You want to buy it?" And
You're like, no.
And you're like, "Ugh, get away from me! Stop that!"
All right, 4 roses. This get 2 thumbs up for me. That's a rating system, right?
Yep. Rating system.
2 thumbs.
2
yeah.
thumbs up.
2
1 thumbs up.
2
Two
thumbs up on
sideways.
Sideways. That's like a man.
And then 2 big thumbs down. That's how we do it now.
It's as simple as you can get.
Really?
What?
Toby is in the shot.
Oh wow, there he is. Toby, yeah.
Toby the dog.
Toby is
The Tobes. We have Bourbon Dog.
no, we have bourbon dog. Toby
Like
wants to
Toby
play.
dog. He
Yeah.
does want to play. He has wanted to play since Zach showed up.
Yeah, he keeps dropping toys on my feet. I'm like, not now, dog, not now. Toby.
So Jimmy, why don't you start us off with some scores?
All right, I'm going to go into nose, taste, and value really quickly.
Yes.
No, just saying like that's what I'm basing it from. I don't know what you
No, the dogs are going wild.
Okay.
That's why I'm laughing.
So nose, I thought was decent. It was a bit oaky for my taste, so I'm going to give it a pretty low score. I would give it a 1 on our old scoring system.
What?
Not a fan of the nose at all. It's just kind of like eh. And it's really like nothing. I'm having a hard time really getting anything. Just a little bit of spice, oak, and like some orange, like citrus-ish. Okay. Palate, it hit me. It's very delicate, or it hit me at first. But then it became very delicate, and I'm kind of digging this. I'm already on my second pour. I'm gone. I have no more left.
That's a shame.
Yeah, we got a whole bottle over here, James.
You're not going to come
Yeah.
home to anything. We're going to drink it all.
I'll have to go pick up a bottle. Anyway, that's that kind of. So taste, delicate, value. I think value gets a 3. Taste, I would give like a 2. I'm gonna give this. I want to give it in the 80s, but I think I'm gonna give it like a high 70s out of 100. I think I'm looking at a 79. Is what I'm gonna give this guy.
Okay. Well, okay.
79.
Okay. 79 and feeling fine.
And so,
all right.
and so, are we going to call that price point $29.99 or $39.99?
I don't think that makes a flipping difference.
Well, no,
Why
I'm
are
just
we-
curious. I'm just curious. So, well, I guess it's only a $10.
I paid $30 for it, so just go off of what I paid, not what some random internet websites are telling us.
I mean, it's total wine. It's not that random.
It's like,
Zach,
You're
give
not
us your
gonna-
scores. What do you think?
James is like, I quit.
No, this is just what happens when you leave Zach and I in charge.
So, I will give this an overall 75. So I'll give it a 75, and here's why. The nose, I didn't necessarily enjoy in the very beginning. You kind of have to like learn to like the nose. A lot of oak. It's got the citrus rind to it. It smells pretty good, but yeah, for me, like I just it's not my cup of tea. When you transfer into the taste, actually a lot of the nose transfers into the taste, which I respect, right? I don't like it when whiskey smells different than it tastes. I don't know. For me, like it just seems like a thing where you should be able to sense one thing and then sense the same thing going into the, from nose to taste. Personal preference, I guess. Going into the taste, lots of oak. The citrus also follows with it. At first, didn't really like it because I didn't really understand it. But the more that you drink it, the more you, like James had said earlier, the more you understand how it's a delicate whiskey, and it's different, totally different from what I would enjoy right off the bat. When it comes to value, I'd say it's a steal. If you're a Four Roses fan, go out and buy it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Score
75.
Zach's score equals 75. Commemorating that. Okay. Now here comes my score. No, not true. Actually, I really like this. So I know you guys kind of crapped all over the nose. I actually really dig this nose.
It's better than the single barrel for sure.
Yeah, I think this nose is great. And I think the longer that this sits, the longer some oxygen gets to it, the longer the ethanol evaporates off of the surface area of this particular bourbon, the better it gets in the nose. I noticed that as we were drinking it, I was like, oh man, keep going back to it. Keeps getting, it gets a little grainy and bready, picking up some caramely notes. I like this. I like the spice. I like that it's a little abrasive. So on the old, I always do my scoring based off the old system first. And so I find this to be really delightful. I'm going to stick around like a 2.7. As far as the taste, I think there's great flavor profile here. I think it's really good. Again, like a 2.7, a 2.8. I think the value is a 3. That's going to put me somewhere in the realm of like an 88, 89 out of 100.
Wow.
So it's
Really like this?
It's like
Shit.
it's
Okay.
close to a 9 out of 10. It's an 8 out of 10 on the, out of 10 scale, but it's out of 100 scale. It's like an 88, 89 out of 100. I think this is great. And maybe that's just because I'm a little blown away. Like I didn't know what we were getting into with small batch, but I am pleasantly surprised with Four Roses small batch. I think that this blows single barrel out of the water, regardless of whether or not the barrel if that was just a bad character barrel. And regular Four Roses has gotten nothing on this. So far, this has been the best Four Roses product that I've had. I think this is good, and I think that this is going to make it on the top value bourbons of 2022 list when we start looking at end of the year. Go get them bottles.
What did you guys rate the original Four Roses? Just curious.
I am so upset Zach didn't get to try that.
Yeah, I think I gave it like a 27 or a 30, somewhere in there.
So you disliked it almost as much as the single barrel.
No, yeah.
Because single barrel
Okay,
only did 25. I remember that.
Hold on, but then BJ should say James, on the other hand, really enjoyed it.
What did James give it?
I don't remember, but I think it was in the 60s.
Okay, but still better than the single barrel.
Yes.
And maybe it was like you said.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that single barrel. Maybe that was the one that
Could be.
had the freaking mold growing next to it. Who knows?
Well, that's
You know?
the thing. That's why I said that earlier. I think you're absolutely right. I think that there's a wild variant. I mean, and they even talk about that, right? I mean, they talk about blending.
At the Devil's Ball sack on it.
Maybe
Well,
that's
they
maybe,
talk about
maybe that's the one that was in the piss corner. You know, like the dog
Yeah,
comes
really,
over and
like-
just like
Really, like, the barrel of Maz, it really soaked up some bad stuff,
Yeah.
Some like dying hay that was over there in the corner, and the bag that was catching all the flies like broke, and then that water got into it, and it's like, oh yeah, here we go,
then we tasted it.
experiment.
Experiment gone bad.
They were like, oh, this is the nice barrel, guys. The nice barrel.
Double
The
nice
double
barrel.
in.
Double nice barrel.
But anyway, so with the 2 mash bills and the 5, yeast strains, you're getting those 10 different recipes that are all, kind of mixed together. And I'm sure, as we've talked about it before on the show, these are all being aged in different formulas, in different warehouses, in different barrels, all across their property. And I'm sure that they wildly fluctuate in taste.
Yeah, it's no Dickel where they just age everything in a metal room on one day.
One big metal room. And it all tastes the
Actually,
same for some reason.
Can we talk about big deal that this is episode 99?
So what?
90, 99.
It's episode 99.
Is that a big deal?
Of course it is, because that means our next show is the big 100.
Episode 100. What up?
Yeah. Well, great. Looking forward to that.
What's the plan for that?
Will you be back here for that?
No, I come back on Wednesday, and I won't be there until I got to find out when my return is. I don't know exactly when.
We may have to postpone that. I mean, we want it to be a
Yeah,
momentous.
we can't do episode 100 without you, Jimmy.
A momentous.
Yeah, no, we all got to. That's kind of what I was alluding to. Is we all need to be together for that.
You're a very good eluder.
Yep. I'll find out more to follow on that. So
Okay. Well,
this chat super quiet today.
quiet. You know what it is? It's because the holiday weekend, everybody forgot it's Wednesday. They're thinking it's Tuesday.
They're a day off. I was a day off today earlier.
That
It's
is
like,
true.
oh, it's a Tuesday. It sucks. No,
Everyone's
it's
going to wake up
Wednesday.
tomorrow and see that there was a new episode, and they're going to go, I forgot. So for those of you that forgot.
Oh yeah, boys! I don't come back until Thursday. Scratch that.
Ooh, so no Barrel Buddies next week, everybody.
Just blast
Or
out.
maybe a separately scheduled show, or we save it for the next Wednesday. We'll figure something out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Well,
more to find. Yeah.
that's been the show.
That's it. That's all.
Great. That's great, guys. Good show.
For the Barrel Buddies.
I'm James.
I'm Zach.
And I'm BJ. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.